I'm called Margaret Akullo Elem. I work with Lango Female Clan Leaders Association. It is an organization in northern Uganda. We work on empowerment of women, and we try to get girls to school, and they stay in school and complete at least the primary cycle. And we also support a few girls wherever we raise funds to continue their education up to the highest level they can attain. On the economic level, our problem is lack of entrepreneurial skills, and there is limited access to resources for economic development. And on the political side, there is a lot of pressure on women, especially women activists who come out to demand for the rights for the oppressed women. They are harassed. And socially, in northern Uganda, where I come from, there has been disintegration of social setup because of the 20-year wars, so that social cohesion which we used to have to protect the girl child, to protect the family, to protect members of the community has broken down, and there's a very high level of moral decay, ending up in spread of HIV/AIDS. And of course, there is lack of social amenities, and most families lack basic necessities of life. The government of Uganda has put in place a plan which is referred to as Peace, Recovery and Development Plan for northern Uganda. It covers north and northeastern Uganda with a total of 55 districts under this program. But mainly, it is addressing infrastructure, rehabilitation and development, repairing roads, schools, hospitals, but the psychological effects which was caused by the war on women is not being addressed. And the government refers to it as software, and there is no funds for software, there are funds for hardware. And with a lot of advocacy from women activists and CSOs, where we formed a task force which is called the Women's Task Force for a Gender Responsive PRDP, we have managed to influence a change in the PRDP document, where this time there is a concept addressing psychosocial effects of the war on women. We hope in the second phase of the Peace, Recovery and Development Plan, we shall get funds to address the issues of trauma, because just last week we met some of the women who have come back from captivity. They are still very traumatized, and they need that psychosocial support so that they can regain and cope with life after captivity. And even the women who were not in captivity, they were also affected in the same way as the women who were in captivity. They were raped, defiled, the children defiled, and they lost livelihood. They also need psychosocial support, and we pray that as we keep on pushing, government will provide funds for supporting these women, repair fistulas. There are some of them with bullets in their bodies, so that these bullets are removed. At least we have seen a change in the plan, where there will be medical intervention and psychosocial intervention for the people who are affected by war, especially the women and girls. And some of them have been taken back to school, the girls who would like to continue with studies. But those who have not are still demanding that they should be taken back to school. And the victims, the girls who are in captivity, are demanding for apology from their captors. So they are asking and seeking for Truth and Reconciliation Commission to be set up, so that we get public apologies from perpetrators who are now free, who have been reintegrated, some in the army, others in society. So those are some of the problems we are facing, and those are some of the things the women who have come back from captivity are demanding. When these girls were captured by the rebels, all of us in our communities wept for them, cried for them, and kept on demanding that they should come back that they should be released from captivity by the captors. And indeed, some were released, others escaped and came back. Very few have been reintegrated, but they face a lot of stigma from even us who are their mothers, their fathers, because of the trauma they went through and because they were not taken through counseling processes. Whatever they experienced in the bush still comes. They react sometimes violently. So the parents, the people in the community, instead of sympathizing with them and finding ways of reintegrating them, counseling them, we end up saying, look at this rebel, you are disturbing us, go back. Others came with children where they got from the captors, and the parents are not welcoming the children. Some are saying, okay, you are my daughter, you are welcome, but I don't want your child. But these girls say, these are our children. There is nowhere we are taking them. So they face that stigma, they face the problem of reintegration, they don't have support so that they can do something for their livelihood. Some of them don't have access to land. They came back and they found all their parents are dead. Their land has been taken by others, so they cannot reclaim the land. So without land in Uganda, our vital economic resource is land, where we go and work and you get food, you can get shelter, you build a house there. But without land, these girls, these children, not only girls but even boys who are in captivity and who don't have anywhere now to go, are facing a lot of problems.